bracket.
So we had a phone bank here for Janine that was staffed by Lynn and Shannon for a bit. So thank you for coming. And our friend Milton had to leave. He's got another event. Janine is raising money in Orange County, which is what all they have down there. So we're going to move on. Caucus results. For those who had not, excuse me, let me back up. I want to lead this report with a request from anybody here who's a club member or knows of any club member who ran for a delegate for Hillary on Sunday's delegate caucus.
Yes. What about it?
You were there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Were any club, did you run as a delegate?
Yes.
Okay, and were you successful?
I'm sixth in line. Diane is seventh in line.
So you,
Oh.
wait a
No,
minute.
no, one, of our gender, so he was the sixth male, I was the seventh female.
Oh, okay, so not the total delegation, then you'd be in, because
Yeah,
it's seven.
not a-
Okay, so you didn't make it, all right.
No.
I know that Tonya Rezarenga, who is a member of our club, she was the third top vote getter and the second top female. Same position I have the other side. Basically, she's probably gonna go, depending on how the results split. If it's 50-50, she goes, I think, is how it works.
So she was the third highest?
Yeah, so there's 7 people, there's six delegates and 1 alternate from each campaign. So I don't know well, I know Udoak, but he's not a member of the club. He's president of the Long Beach Club. He was the top vote getter, male and overall. So he definitely will go.
And you were sixth?
Sixth on the
Top
males.
3 females and the top 3 males. So they
No.
Was there anyone else from the Democratic Club elected or
Just-
running or?
Just the one he mentioned.
Okay.
Oh,
Anybody else? Because you were
Udoak.
there.
No.
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 I don't know the others.
No, I don't know any of the others.
All right, so we don't have somebody who was there. I couldn't be in 2 places at once. I was in my caucus. Okay, I went for Bernie.
The guy that's running against Janine was there.
Oh,
Eric,
Eric,
but he-
right?
Eric,
Oh, but did he run as a delegate?
He did, but I don't think he did very well.
I don't think he did either. Yeah. Ooh,
well, I mean, that speaks well for Janine's chances,
Yeah.
because,
How many people? Couple hundred?
Yeah,
Yeah,
205.
205.
We had 275.
Yeah, it was
pretty even.
wonderful, it was
Yeah, actually.
amazing.
You know, how many
It's
were
amazing.
people were running for delegate? Like 50 something?
Especially-
46.
46, we had 40, yeah, 46.
Yeah.
So.
Participated.
Were they elected, sir?
Delegate thing.
Yeah.
Bonnie Lowenthal or?
Yes,
Congressman
many of them
Lowenthal?
put in an appearance, popped in and left.
Okay.
The mayor stopped by briefly, Bonnie stopped by briefly.
We didn't have any that much. No surprise. Anyway, basically for the club, for the Bernie delegation, I was the top, the third in row. The first male was Isaac Romero, not a club member, but he was deputy to the mayor, and when he was in city council, he's one of the leaders of the Bernie grassroots here in Long Beach. So,
Deputy to which mayor?
Garcia,
Oh.
yeah, and when he was in the first district before. So he
Oh,
had a lot of
okay,
connections to
not
City Hall.
currently.
And basically, so he was the top vote getter was Kristen Cox, who I think many of you met at the Christmas party. She came and spoke for Bernie at Laurel's house at the Christmas party.
I vaguely remember.
And I think
yeah.
that's the last time, I think it's the only time she's been in one of our meetings. So she got 175 votes, Isaac got 146, I had 443.
Wow.
And so we all did pretty well. It was about 200.
How many votes did you get?
140.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought you said 400.
No, there's only 270.
I know, that's what I was saying.
And then the second woman was Teresa Danton, who's a retired attorney, who's been working with the grassroots with Bernie.
Danton, D-A-N-T-O-N?
D-A-N-T-O-N, Danton, Esquire. And she, I forget what she got, but I don't remember. And then the third woman was another club member, and that's Peggy O'Neill Rosales. Okay? And they were pretty much our slate, so the slate got elected, which was pretty cool. And then the alternate was a woman named Karen Caitlin Catlin, and she's also a Berner volunteer, and she's gone throughout that community. So, as I said, the next step is for that process for both sides, is the June 7th primary. So depending on what the results are, the proportion, in CD 47. So it's not the state rate,
Nope.
is what happens here, okay? And we're pretty confident that, this is, oh, I'm not gonna get,
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm not gonna get partisan here, but it's looking real good,
But good for what?
I'm gonna say it for Bernie, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in this
In
district.
this
yeah,
district, okay. How do you know that?
Because of the response we're getting from people and the fact that, I've asked people if there's a grassroots movement here for Hillary. No one says there is, no one says there isn't, but I haven't seen one.
Well, no, I haven't heard of one either, but look at the numbers who showed up for both of these. They were about equal anyway, right?
Yeah.
Well, 275 to 205.
Yeah. So it's not, yeah, it's
Well,
two. Yeah, and I think that.
Considering that it was never really advertised or anything, I mean.
It
It was
that's-
an amazing event.
Yeah.
I mean, I was busy the whole time. There was not a time when there wasn't a person in front of my desk, really.
Oh, yeah.
And there were 6 people there, so everyone was busy.
Yeah. I think it went,
No, I was at the Bernie.
but I guess what I'm saying is, we're tabling,
Mhm.
not the club, but the Bernie campaign, Bernie grassroots campaign. Don't see anything from Hillary. But again, when I asked Laurel about it, she said, well, we don't need it. She doesn't need it.
Well, it's
We're a
different-
grassroots club, we need to be involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a different
Yeah.
type of campaign.
It's a different kind of campaign.
Did people stick around in yours? Or did they
We
already
had-
know, come in, vote and leave?
We had probably 120 stayed for the speeches,
Ah,
and only about half the candidates stayed for the
we
speeches, to
had-
make a speech. So it went pretty quickly.
What would you say stayed for the speech? 50?
50.
Yeah.
50 people stayed for the speech and there was
A dozen.
dozen of us that got up there and
There's a
actually.
slate of 6 that ran together, and 5 of the 6 were there to speak. And another half a dozen,
But not all 40 candidates voted,
No,
no.
or 46.
No.
they called them all, but they weren't there.
Yeah, that's
Or if
what
they were, they didn't answer.
Because I think you get a sense because when you're a candidate, you work the line, okay? You go up and down the line, you talk to people, ask for support, you have a slate card.
I
You
was
get a
supposed to
sense
do that?
in the line outside before they come in.
Well, I didn't have a slate card and I didn't work the line, I just,
That's
Never knew.
where the work is.
You've never done
well,
it
I
before.
still ended up getting 6.
You get votes, which is good. No, the thing is that it's a silly process. All of these, and you've been at these AD elections, the same thing. You go and you vote, you leave, then the people speak. And I think there were 4 people who had not turned their ballots in at 3:15 when we started the speeches. How about there? Did you get a sense of anybody still not
Well, all the
voting?
votes I
What do you-
got, for the most part, except for my own and Diane's, was after the fact,
Yeah.
after the
After he
speech.
spoke, so I believe there were.
Okay, it was a little different
25
process.
or 30 that hadn't cast ballots yet.
Well, we had kind of advertised it, we know there's, because there's a May Day rally, and a lot of people were involved with that, so no, I don't know how many were actually involved, but there was flack that we had this and we were supposed to move it. There were 53 congressional delegations times 2. There's 106 of these around the state. We're not moving them because there's a May Day rally, and actually the May Day rally in LA, they moved it to the 4:30. It's because
Oh,
they didn't want to be in conflict.
Eddie and Peggy then.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, they
okay,
can
after my
have,
list.
so.
Took them off.
So basically, yeah, so the process is the same, is that people can vote before the speeches. And that's just the way the party operates, because we don't want to tie people up for a couple of hours. What they should really do, in my personal opinion, is they should have, like any other election, you have early voting, you have vote by mail, you have, hey guys, computer voting. We're talking about we were briefing both caucuses.
Howdy.
And anyway, so basically, that's how they run it. People get to vote and then leave, and no one gets to hear the speeches. Yeah, and the speech is 30 seconds to a minute, depending how many candidates you have. And it's like, what do you say? Thanks for coming. Thanks for having already voted for me. Yeah, you did. Yeah, not bye-bye. So anyway, that is kind of the report. Do you guys have any comments about how that was run, or?
No, I thought it was really smooth. I think Cindy and Chris
Yeah, they
DeValley did a great job.
You did a fabulous job.
Everybody was
Yeah.
saying how smooth it was.
Yeah, we really, I helped them in the background, because I couldn't do anything a day as a candidate, but prior to,
Yeah.
and frankly, I don't think I mentioned last meeting, is if I hadn't found out that we didn't have these
Yeah.
meetings, and you were involved with getting the site,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had a delegation,
No.
either candidate.
So that said, it went off pretty
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
considering.
Yeah.
Because the problem
I was
is,
amazed.
toward the end, we got all the rules from the state, because it was a campaign, each was a campaign event, but the event was managed or ruled by, if you will, the state party. So it's really kind of
It was odd.
like this, and it's
Yeah,
still kind
because
of
even the
odd.
Hillary people didn't have
No.
their place.
No, it was, nobody knew, we were all blindsided, those of us who were gonna run, were assuming that this was gonna be, run by the Democratic Party. No, it's the and of course,
Yeah.
neither campaign is really in California, or had not in early April, we're not here yet. There was nobody, at the headquarters doing that. So, anyways, that's one of the things we need to change. We need to, I think, as progressives, we wanna have this run like an election. You can have early voting, you can have absentee voting, and you don't have to be in person unless you really want to go meet these folks. And then just do that, and not have all this, cattle or call for everybody. And it's the same for the AD elections. AD elections is the same craziness, at the same place.
Sorry, Chris,
Yeah.
was this different than it had been in the past?
Well, it's different this
Because they
time.
have made some
Yeah.
changes to try to make it a little bit better.
No, not really.
Not really.
Same bad processes, but last time, I was the convener, I did what Cindy did.
Yeah.
And it was a lot easier because it was just, Obama's re-election coronation, it wasn't a matter of
Right.
any contention. The hardest problem we had there were people wanting to just go to Charlotte to have fun, and hadn't done a damn thing for Obama. We got Chris DeValley in because Obama sent, campaign,
Right.
sent him an email out to everybody. Vote for DeValley, he's the only one on your list who's done
But
anything.
he did a really good speech.
No, not
too,
every, not
though.
only, but, no, not anybody, I don't wanna include you, there are a lot of electeds, not electeds,
Right,
but
right.
people who work for electeds, just wanted to go,
I know some of them didn't even show up.
No,
at
no.
all. They got votes as alternates.
Okay, thanks for and thanks again for finding the Union Hall, and they were really gracious.
Yeah, they
The
were.
place, when I looked in the window, I went by there, to look at it, to walk through, and there was nobody there, because they only staff it when they have city
That's
workers.
something
City workers usually, they have another Union Hall up on Willow, and then when Marty came down, we did the walkthrough, I thought, oh, it has electricity, it has Wi-Fi, it's working toilets,
The kitchen.
It wasn't elegant, but it served a purpose.
Right.
And of course, the other caucus was at LaUna, which is interesting, because LaUna International has endorsed Bernie.
Is that interesting?
Yeah, and
I didn't know
then
who that
locally,
was.
they had the Hillary, because I asked Josh, the first person I called, I said, Josh, can we use LaUna? We always use LaUna. I said, no, sorry, I can't. No,
Oh, 'cause
he
they're
already
already
been approved.
committed.
Anyway, politics. Okay, so that process is done. With those of us that get to go, I see you have a fundraiser page, which is important. This thing is
I've got
going,
500 on there already.
what?
500, I think.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
well,
I just saw it this
some
morning.
others-
In
yeah.
2 hours, that's very good.
Yeah.
Well, that'll
Mostly
pay,
family.
that'll pay for your first night's hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's the problem, is that when they have these conventions, they jack up the hotels
Yes.
anywhere nearby. I'm staying in Camden, New Jersey, which is a 4-mile ride from the Wells Fargo Center across the river, $85 at a Quality Inn.
Well, that's not bad.
They're all gone now.
Because we reserved ahead too, but it is at a Marriott, but it's also in Sheridan, which is on the other side of the New Jersey River.
Right,
But it's 28 miles away. So
okay,
we went Uber. But we may not even get to go. I mean, this is the
really?
thing,
Yeah. Well, that's why we have alternates, and we have Part B.
No, I meant that as far, it depends on the primary.
Oh,
Yeah. So if there's a chance we won't go, at least on that GoFundMe, all those donations will be returned and
Okay.
for that.
That's right, because it is, if Hillary wins by 80%, then I'm not going, okay?
Yeah.
And if the other way around, then,
But we're banking on that.
yeah, we're banking on that. We're not gonna get too partisan here, but each side is obviously gonna try even harder now because of, our own
So
involvement.
if Bernie doesn't win, then you can't go?
If Bernie doesn't win,
Proportional.
I think he has to win at least 15%. If he wins 15%, one delegate, and same with Hillary, They win by 15%, it's called viability, and each congressional district sends one delegate for that.
So that would be the top person in the election, or
Yeah, that'd be the top, it's all ranked by the number of votes you got.
who was the top?
Kristen Cox.
Kristen Cox,
Oh,
Cox. Second was Isaac and then me. So if it's, 15%, Kristen goes. If it's 30%, she and Isaac goes. 50%, three of us go. If it's 60, then you get to go. I mean,
Like
it's,
number 5.
yeah, I mean, it's like, there's 7 total and you're 5 out of 7. So, that means we gotta work extra hard to get the.
Bernie, no kidding.
Yeah, but, or our candidate of choice, let's be fair. I don't wanna be seen as a partisan.
Too late.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I said, that boat left the harbor, that plane left the airport, anyway. But seriously, it is, no matter what we do to shave costs, it's gonna be expensive.
You can still rent your room for 200 a night.
We're here?
No.
That's your room.
You're in the Quality Inn.
wow.
You're
Oh,
paying
you don't
85.
get
There's
to
some,
go.
Oh, I see, yeah, that's a good point, yeah, that's a good point.
Subway hotel room?
Yeah, do it
No
for
idea.
500. Do it just like the DNC.
I'm an opportunist,
The
but not that
DNC
kind.
does like 600 a night,
Yeah.
because it's for 4 nights.
So that's what everybody does,
Yeah.
that's without gouging, I won't gouge. That's
I
right.
think half of it goes to the DNC, that's why they raised the prices so high.
Well, I already have Chris's mom's not going, Chris is not going, so they have hotels reserved. So I'm gonna, he'll do a pecking order of the delegates that don't have places to stay, of our delegation. Hey there, how you doing? Hello. So,
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. People just keep on straggling in. See, I should have done.
Chris, come on, take a bow, because I just wanna
Hello.
thank Chris, was an excellent MC.
Oh, hey, thank you.
I mean, he and I are pretty good friends, and we know, each of us can really talk a lot, and you didn't do that, you were concise.
No, I gave the candidates
Yeah,
their time.
my speech was 20 seconds.
No, yours was quick. We
Yeah,
gave you
true.
45 seconds.
Yeah.
45
And
cents.
it was supposed to be per DNC, state party, it was 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Really?
Yeah,
this
we
guy
had
running
a
for
little
state
bit.
senate was going back and forth. I was like, he said they should have 3 minutes. And I was like,
Yeah.
35 seconds. And
Oh,
he's all,
party.
2 minutes. Well, 40 seconds. He's all 1 minute. I said, okay, 45 minutes.
But the real hero of the day, or heroine of the day, was Cindy. She really did a great job.
Yeah,
of
she
getting
did.
The volunteers
Wonderful job.
trained and organized, and,
Yeah, she had, God, 16
yeah.
volunteers. And she
Yeah,
was
we
coordinating.
worked to help get that,
And
but,
plus
yeah.
Gainick went in.
Who else was there? You were there?
I was there.
Who else? Okay.
I voted.
Yeah, but,
But I was,
it was
yeah.
you. Anybody else from the club? Helping? I don't think so.
Question from Long Beach.
Who?
I think they were from Long Beach Action for Bernie or whatever.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
grassroots group, actually, yeah.
They were there.
Yeah, so, anyway, enough on that. Any questions on that? Okay. Primary election, as I said, the most important candidates, come back in here, Chris. The most important candidates are the two Chris's.
Oh, yes! For
That was
LA
your cue,
County
man.
Committee.
Lay it on the cue.
Yeah, Groves and I are both running for LA County Democratic Committee to be delegates.
We're in the first page of the ballot, then Hillary and Bernie, and then, no. We don't know where we're gonna do the ballot. It's obviously gonna be
For
president first.
Assembly district, is it for?
No, it's the LA County Democratic Party to be a delegate to represent
But it's the assembly.
80-70.
the assembly, yeah, the
80-70.
80-70. So Chris and I, when we're elected, there will be 7 of us from this assembly district who will represent everybody in the assembly district with the California State Party.
So sorry to our candidate for president, I won't mention his name, and to Janine Pierce. We won't be working on their campaigns, we'll be working on ours.
Yeah.
Anyway, so please spread the
But
word.
the way it is on the ballot, we are actually, it's interesting because this is the first ballot that city elections will be on combined with the state. So we're going to
So
be,
you guys are gonna be on the ballot?
we're actually, yeah, we're both going to be on the ballot. But what's interesting is we will be before
Janine,
the Janine, any city
was the
council.
last on the
Janine's the
ballot.
last one, right?
Yeah,
And we fought hard for that, remember Prop O, we backed Prop O in 12, and we didn't get passed. They did it anyway.
yeah.
Power to progressive
It
organization.
saves like $1 million,
Yeah, which is,
$1.2 million.
fiscally it made
you
sense.
know?
It was the school districts that fought it. They didn't want to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that didn't pass, but it's, they
Yeah,
still did it.
they fought it. I mean, they put money behind it, or against it.
And go pretty soon.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, so obviously those are the 3 big elections. two big elections and one local, or loco. Okay, any questions about the election? All right, last day for voter registration is,
May
May
23rd.
23rd.
I was gonna call on someone who doesn't know. All right.
I don't know.
May,
I've known that today.
I
Melissa said she'd
just
not.
looked at the
Yeah.
calendar.
May, it's
Yes.
May, yeah, May 23rd, and can I just speak for like 1 minute?
Yeah.
I work for a general contractor in Long Beach, and for 5 years, August will be my 5-year anniversary. Our CFO, who is an ardent Republican, he and I have conversations constantly, and he gets red in the face, I get red in the face of each side. He actually asked me today for a voter reg form to re-register. I never thought in my lifetime I could phone an accountant.
Wow,
He doesn't know if he's gonna register as a Democrat or independent,
Independent, so we can vote.
because he said he cannot be in the party of Donald Trump.
Yeah, a lot of
Well,
people are saying
because the
that.
only independent on the
Yeah.
California ballot is American independent.
No, no, no.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Independence there.
Decline to divulge or something.
Yeah.
No party preference.
Oh, I know American independent.
NPP,
George Wallace
no
is
party
dead.
preference.
So does that party need
But
to
the
be.
people behind him
That
that
doesn't
still
say,
represent.
no, I just,
But
I
the
want
thing
to
is,
disclose
the reason
party
I said
preference.
that,
It's really
that there's like
weird.
a percentage of
It's not
people,
stated.
or that continues to be on the ballot because people mistakenly
They
register as
think,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
They think it's
I went
independent.
to Norwalk to the registrar to pick up voter reg
Register
forms.
form.
For the club, because Maria and Carol, and they did at the Bernie event, they did a nonpartisan, make sure you understand that, the club is nonpartisan in this race, even though it's leaderism. Anyway, sorry about that, but that's what we're supposed to be
We
as
all know,
activists,
we all know we're for Hillary, but
moving right along.
Voter reg forms, a Bernie campaign pulled out from.
Oh, yeah, so I went to the registrar, third floor of, Imperial in Norwalk, to pick up some voter registers. Well, I need 5,000. I knew they weren't gonna give me 5,000. I couldn't carry 5,000.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, you start her, how it worked out. She said, well, what's this for? I said, it's for the, grassroots Bernie, it's also for the Yes We Can Club, it's also for Pride Parade. Well, why do you need so many? Pride Parade alone is 300 to 400,000 people. Okay, we had an event at Cal State University for Bernie and voter reg day before yesterday. They had 4,000 people there. We have somebody actually going to the high schools, again from Bernie, to register voters. They are talking to 4,000 high school seniors in Long Beach to get them registered. I mean, this is a massive movement to get people registered. Anyway, so then she said, well, the Bernie campaign contacted the Secretary of State and requested 250,000 voter reg cards. And I said, well, that's great, but they haven't got to Long Beach, we need them now. She said, I can't give you 5. I said, what can you give me? I said, 2. More than I expected. I walked out of there, I actually had a guy, from the staff, with a cart, taking them down, because they're heavy boxes, out of the car. Anyway, and so, I'm just saying, and if you saw the paper, there was an inundation, that office is just overwhelmed with the registrations coming in. So that's good for everybody, no matter who you vote for.
Yeah, compare us to other states where they, compare us to other states where they're trying to suppress it.
I know, and that's why the difference is, the result's gonna be different in the sense that I don't think anyone's gonna say, cry foul. I've heard people say, well, make sure you're still registered. That's California. That's, we still always make sure you're registered, but, no funny business here. Anyway, so that's it on that agenda item. Any other questions about the election or endorsements? I think we're up to speed.
Are we gonna have a table for registering people to vote at the gay parade?
Yes, I should talk about that. What we're gonna have there is what we have at First Friday. There is a Yes We Can table in front of Trader Joe's, and just down the block, there is a Bernie table. And no, there's no Hillary table, we've already covered that. So I'm just reporting what is there. I'm envisioning that same process for Pride. What's gonna happen for the Bernie folks is we're looking to recruit 1,000 allies. Because most of the gay leaders in town are gonna be with the mayor or with the Janine or with the senator, so they're not gonna be able to be in that unit. It's the same thing with Lambda. We only have 8 people at Lambda holding their banner every day. So we're gonna have to, we're recruiting allies to be in the parade. So we're gonna have the big Bernie from, you heard about the Pasadena Rose Bowl parade? They had a paper mache puppet 5, 10 lifetime size, so we're gonna have that. There is an unconfirmed, at this point, report that Bernie himself will be in the parade with us. We don't know.
No, really?
Well, I just said. we
Well,
have to-
tell them why, how we know this.
No, I can't do that. No, that's, we all do confidential.
Besides, the Secret Service would get very upset with you.
Yeah, we will officially know and announce it 4 days before the parade. Okay.
When is the parade?
22nd of May, so that's why it's really important, because it's the day before the deadline.
Yeah, that's right, it's our last push for Road to Reg.
What we'll be doing that night is we're gonna be scanning, if you get this part of the work, we're gonna be scanning what we collect for our bounty, for the club. And then I believe Kristen Cox is going to, she has better schedule, she's going to drive those apps, cards up to Norwalk on the 23rd, so we turned it on time, okay? All right.
It can be turned in the day after the voter registration ends, because as long as you turn in within 2 days, it's okay.
Well, I think they have,
I wouldn't count
On
on that.
Monday, yeah.
no, that's why I say we're gonna physically take them there on the 23rd.
Go ahead and have them
Yeah.
there before.
Normally we just
Okay,
mail them
that's-
in, no.
Get them there before close of business on the
Exactly. No, I'm
23rd.
talking about
Exactly,
noon,
yeah.
yeah, get them in there, get a receipt, all right, so, yeah, anyway. Okay, anything else on that? Okay? All right, any announcements?
Well, just something to discuss. I heard today that they're starting to give Trump classified.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
cannot get it until after he's officially,
Well, that was on.
that
the
was
news.
him. Don't believe
Oh.
anything that asshole.
Oh.
It was on the Today Show, I think.
Can I get a bumper
I
sticker?
heard it
How about a
too.
bumper sticker? Don't believe anything that asshole says.
Let's
If
make
Trump's
that
all paid for
With
it.
blonde hair on it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it from
It's
him.
not
I
blonde,
heard it
that
on.
stuff's
I
going
was
on.
on the
Wait,
news.
It's a foreign animal.
I would say, I will.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Yeah,
it
we
from
don't
him, but I
support
did
him.
hear it on the news.
And there was a concern
Well, it's-
because one of the men he has now as an advisor is a close friend of Putin and has worked with Putin.
Oh, really? The financial guy he just hired?
No,
You're the one who just got indicted.
no, the guy that does, he's a big time lobbyist and he does all of the Despots.
Manafort?
Man-
I
yeah.
can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah. The next part of the agenda was gonna be pass the hat, but rather than do that, because we're gonna have a big crowd, just leave your money with me, no, buy a button. Seriously, what this club usually relies on at this time of year is a lot of income from our Voter Reg swag tables. Well, we don't have Voter Reg swag tables because, we're non-par and the presidential at this point. Last time, not an issue, and I think we endorsed early for a while, I believe we did. Maybe we, the primary was earlier. Anyway, whatever. So we don't have a lot of money, we're gonna hear the finance report, but we need to look toward making money for the club, but we realistically have to start doing that after June 7th.
Yeah.
So, when Janine asked for, she was gonna come by and she still will talk to you about it. It's the second cycle. The way that it works is you can max out the 400 for the primary, after the primary, another 400. Can't do that, give what you can, but rather than asking, I told her the club doesn't have it, so we cannot really give you any money. But each of us, if we can commit to give what we can give, $100, $50, I max out again, I don't know who else is, but what we need to do is help her, because she doesn't have the money to get the flyers out, the mailers out, the direct mail. They are recycling direct mail pieces.
Yeah.
I understand
And then
why.
Eric had like 22,000 and she has
Well,
like 6.
And the other thing is that the mayor, former Mayor Foster has started an IE, independent expenditure, to raise some big money for Eric.
Really?
But, those who know Eric, nice guy, but he is not the same caliber of candidate, and to see her not win because of lack of money, that would be criminal. There's also going to be a fundraiser on the 11th. It was going to be here, but I'm actually on a little vacation, sorry. Taking a repositioning cruise to Canada for 4 days, or 5 days. But anyway, it's still going to go on. It's going to be at Gary Crumit's house, who is our vendor. He's not our treasurer, is Lynn, but he's doing the filings for us. Great guy. And so it's at his place on the 11th. I'm going to be a co-host in absentia. Others will be co-hosting on that too. Marcia Nafee, one of them. I think you've been asked to kill those two.
Yeah, she sent me an email.
Stella.
Yeah, Stella, yeah, there's about 7 or 8 people, most of them.
This is for, yes, for Dan or for Janine?
It's for Janine,
Okay.
So it's a Janine fundraiser, so that would be really cool if everybody could, at least show up.
Where does Gary live exactly?
I don't know.
Next door to me.
Okay, so
Oh, does he really?
that's where his office is. Does he live
He
there?
lives in the same building.
Oh, okay, all right.
Wait, where
Harbor Place.
the one on the corner of?
It's the white
Across
building
from
that has
Oakland.
all the big art things
Oh,
on
okay.
Ocean.
It's,
Actually, the address is on Seaside.
yeah, yes, it is Seaside, that's right. But on the invite says address upon RSVP will be provided, but I would recommend everybody go.
What date is it?
It's the 11th, which is Wednesday.
Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wednesday.
9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Okay. Anyway, so that being said, we'll be,
Yeah, next
start ramping up our fundraising activities after the primary, because we need to get money into the account. And the best way to do that is someone's way. Okay, anything else before we adjourn for our social break?
When do we give the committee reports?
At the social break? No, at the
We
e-board
already
meeting.
did, you were late.
Yeah. Michael is everything but not blunt, no.
So are we adjourning?
We are, yeah, but there's nothing to eat or drink, sorry. Okay, guys, what we're gonna do is have a very brief business meeting, and then we'll get back to drinking. We'll get back to the social.
Okay, well, wait a
Okay.
minute, don't do it yet because this is gonna be.
Shayna,
I'm sorry, but it's like from the year one, it
you
goes.
can catch up.
I know, but I'll forget everything.
No, you won't. We'll remind you. Okay, here we go. Oh, I forgot to mention, well, this is this part. Everybody read the minutes, so I have a motion to approve the minutes. Thank you. All in favor, say aye. Done? Good, love it.
I
This is how-
just, I
this is how
sent
this
you
meeting's
my
gonna go.
correction.
All right.
Oh, you did? I need to know.
No, I didn't send, I sent you my comments regarding the minute.
And I changed it, didn't I?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Did you change it?
No, but I don't have it because it was a scan, so I have to change it.
Oh,
I'll get it
okay,
to
because
you.
I can change
Yeah.
it, it's on my
Yeah,
computer.
we'll take care of it. By the way, your name is Lynn, no E?
No,
It's
LYNNE.
L-Y-N-N-E.
Oh, LYNNE?
It's 2.
2 N's and an E.
I knew it had an E, because you kept saying, no, it's wrong. I took E off, and I said, no, it's wrong. I said, what am I doing wrong? Wrong number of N's. Okay, sorry.
That's
Okay,
okay.
financial report, Lynn.
Oh, okay, there was no activity in April.
Thank you,
Okay,
wonderful
so-
report.
So,
What's our balance?
our balance is $733.05, the same as it was.
Oh, that's 200 more, I thought, we could still get money.
70, how much?
$733.05. I gave you a copy here,
What are our,
and for those that want, I made a few copies.
and I have a file here, so I want to keep, and I'll give you the files. You want to keep the minutes or not, any of the reports, or? I got these
keep a
from-
copy, but
Okay. Yeah, I got these from Maria.
Oh, it's the same that it was last month, huh? It hasn't changed.
We haven't spent anything.
No, we didn't
Collected.
spend anything and we didn't take in anything.
Well, that's not a bad thing. It's a
All
push.
right, what are our immediate IBNRs? What do we have to do? What are we paying out in the next 2 months? Nothing.
No one has submitted any reimbursement forms to me,
We haven't spent anything.
so
I would entertain a motion to give a donation to our endorsed candidate, Janine Pierce, of $200. It still leaves $500. Oh, that's for discussion, but is there a motion?
I'll second that.
No, you have to
Did
make
you
it.
have much,
Sure.
$100?
Oh,
200.
I'll make a motion to contribute $200 to the Janine Pierce for 2nd District City Council of the City of Long Beach.
Okay.
I'll second.
Second. Discussion? Okay. My feeling is, that leaves us 500. We don't have anything due. And then starting in June, we can start selling
Yeah,
checks.
because we'll be out there tabling
Yeah.
every Sunday.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
okay.
Aye.
Okay, so unanimous, all right, so thank you. She will love that and she needs it, so thank you, everybody, that's really cool. Okay, the other financial issue is, we have not yet changed the signatures of our checking account at Farmers and Merchants. I had called Nathaniel,
He never gets back.
he never calls back, but he got promoted. How?
Promoted or
You
demoted?
got promoted?
Yeah, I don't know why. Did you work with him at our, did you meet with him? Is he okay with you?
Yeah.
No, it's just very bad at responding.
Yeah, he's just bad at responding.
Yeah, you walk in there, he's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, I'd drive
I
down there.
only dealt with him in person.
I went there today, and he wasn't there, this other woman was there, and, another woman was there, and basically what she said is that we need a new board resolution, we need identifications for the new member. So what I'm proposing we do, and this would be subject to a confrontation. What was that for you? Cindy and I are gonna get together and, so Cindy was on there even after she was really not involved with the club in the last couple of years, you know, as an officer. But because she was the person who linked up the account, and got a free account to do
Her business.
so as a matter of privilege, unless she does, or that, or honor, that, yeah, that she be,
Well, liability.
should be offered the, no, that's true. It's up to her, basically. If she wants to go off, she can. If she wants to stand, she can. So I'll discuss that with her. I'll come up with the board resolution. I just didn't have time today. I mean, this between everything I'm doing is just way, a little too much. So, and then Laurel would be, Laurel is already on, so she's vice president. Lynn stays on, I would be added, and there's be the three of us. And, oh, Maria comes off, in case she's not an officer anymore. So do I have a motion to approve that approach? Second, all in favor? Done, thank you. All right. This is, I
So
love these
just
meetings.
Lynn?
I love these meetings.
Lynn,
Look at the time, we'll be out of here by 8.
Chris, and who else?
Now, is,
Laurel?
Laurel, Lynn, and Robeson.
Right.
And then Cindy basically she.
Yeah, it's up to her.
So
Yeah,
chooses?
yeah, no, yeah.
Well, or does she still get us the free account, therefore?
Well, I think that
like
that's
that.
set in, I don't think it's conditional on her being on the account, but I think it's just a nice thing to allow, yeah.
Now, in the past, we've had 2 people sign checks,
Yes.
okay?
Didn't we change that to be only above a certain? amount?
250.
Yeah, but I like having 2 people on it so that
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
more than me knows that I'm writing checks.
All right, then, you know, if you.
So as to the $200 to Janine Pierce,
Right,
I can write the check and.
I can't sign it yet, so
Hmm?
I won't.
You
be-
can't
no.
sign, so normally I hook up with Cindy because she lives
Just
closest
do
to
it,
me.
yeah, please, and I'll have this conversation before you do that, I'll talk to her tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay, all
all
right,
right, so.
perfect, okay. Next we have the red to blue report, we have committee reports, starting with red to blue. I'm gonna preempt it briefly because I did have a conversation with former Attorney General Catherine Cortez Masto, who is, I was introduced to her by Michael Dillon, and we had dinner the other night, and she's very impressive, and she's running to replace Harry Reid, so.
So that's a keep it blue.
Yeah, it's a keep it blue.
It's a keep it
Oh,
blue.
Keep it blue, the candidate race, so I'm offering that, but Chris was unfortunately, was delayed at work, couldn't meet her that night. But she's in Vegas, it's close enough, we have a, you know, we've done a traditional, you know, across that state line before. So I'm recommending we
I thought
look
Schumer
for.
was gonna be the,
Who?
I thought Schumer was.
No.
Oh, no.
Schumer's senator in New York. This woman is who is going to replace,
Harry-
running for Harry
Harry
Reid's
Reid.
seat in the
Oh,
Senate in the
see.
state of Nevada.
Okay, I
Not
see.
for the
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what's her name again?
Her name is Catherine, Zeta-Jones, no, Catherine Cortez Masto.
Cortez what?
Masto, M-A-S-T-O.
She's Hispanic.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Hey!
Well, we have some good news for you, lady.
Oh, my goodness.
We've bundled $75,000 for your campaign.
Awesome.
I wish we could. We've just unanimously
So pretty.
Hey.
voted
Ready.
Thank you.
to give you a check from our club for $200.
Yay. You guys are awesome. I hate raising money.
I
I
know.
know.
Can you imagine the
It's an
senators,
awful
they have to
part.
do
Oh my
it
God,
3
it's
hours
brutal.
every day. They have to get on the phone conference
Oh,
people every
3
day.
or
and-
4.
Yeah, it's
Ready?
like,
I'm sorry?
you wanna support her, is that what
I
you're
want us to look into supporting her. I think it's up to the committee to
Oh,
review it. I had a preliminary meeting with her. She was very impressive.
Look at that
Michael's-
haircut. It's a good haircut you got there.
Yeah.
Looks
I
good.
finally learned how to do this.
Looks good.
Are you trying to look like Trump?
No, I have a different look for that. I have this little dead animal at the other room. I'm not sure if it's a skunk or a muskrat or something.
It's not like Trump's.
But you saw my pictures at Halloween. I dressed as Trump. I had a blue blazer, red tie.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah, I gotta show you this.
That was for Halloween?
Huh?
Oh, that
Yeah.
was a,
I went on a
that's a
day
great
cruise
one.
out of Long Beach. when we go over here, and I was Donald Trump, and he was Obama. He was Obama.
Oh no! How did you do Obama?
It was hard for him, he had to get this, I don't know.
You have to get big ears. That's all that's super what you got.
No, I have this little Afro puff wig and, you know, I'm naturally tan, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd Janine go?
Bathroom.
Ask a lady where she goes. All
So,
right,
Ryan,
Oh, lovely. Festive glasses and everything.
hey, you know, enough of a
Okay,
style
and
here. All right, so.
So wait, what was the conclusion?
All right, no, the conclusion is, we're recommending this woman from, Catherine from Nevada to the committee for further review.
Okay. And then, as chair, I make a statement for the past like 4 meetings that, or 3, that we're holding off red to blue, red to blue, keep it blue until after the June 7th primary. And then, I mean, it's actually really, I don't use this term often or lightly, but it's really awesome that Donald Trump now is the presumed nominee and leader of the Republican Party, because it actually opened up about 5 additional seats that now can turn including
Yes.
John McCain's.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And he is very worried.
Yes, John McCain is
Very
very, very worried.
Yeah.
And what's and, you know,
Donald McCain.
I mean, same thing. But I have to say, I always have to give us the Democratic Party credit relative to a federal level, because they tend to really solicit and get really qualified candidates.
Yeah.
Like, remember in Delaware when we had the witch running? Or was that-
Oh,
yeah, for Joe Biden's
Christine.
seat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a candidate running against. But the another one that opened up, which is wasn't really too contested, is Grassley's, who's head of the Judicial Committee
Oh, yeah.
within the
Yes.
Senate, and the one
He's
that's
the one
holding
that-
off from having the hearings.
Right.
Now,
Grassley,
the
yeah.
former I believe the Secretary of State is running, and who's won statewide. And she's
Running
now
again.
running against
Oh,
him.
is she?
And her last name is Judge, which is so funny.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
Come to
her last name is
Judge.
Judge, yeah. And she's running, Judge is running against Grassley.
Good.
So it's gonna be really exciting. So, and our first meeting I'll have after June 7th, and after Janine's elected. And what we'll do is we'll sit down and I'll have those Senate seats, of course, but then also House seats that we'll review and see what we can do relative to red to blue and keep it blue. Because there is one seat in Colorado that us Democrats have in the Senate that is vulnerable. There's only one, and it's one in Colorado. But all the other ones, I think there's 33 seats up. And then what's really good is, if y'all didn't know, Russ Feingold
Oh, yeah, I
is
love
running again against Ron Johnson in Wisconsin. So hopefully we get him back, because that'll be great. Because then with Elizabeth Warren, you know, if Bernie doesn't become president, and then Russ Feingold, they will be the liberal powerhouse.
Yeah.
They'll be a liberal powerhouse in the Senate. And then someone, was that you, Linda, brought up Kelly Ayotte?
Yeah.
And she's actually on the top.
Maggie.
She's on peyote.
Hanson.
She's in the top 5.
Yeah.
On the other one is Marco Rubio's seat. I love it.
Who?
Oh, who's running?
Marco Rubio's seat.
Who's running for
yeah.
Marco Rubio?
Patrick Murphy.
Oh, good.
And
Good Irishman.
Alan
Alan
Grayson. But
Why haven't they-
he's got some problems.
Yeah, Alan Grayson.
He's got
No,
some
he's a bit of
problems.
he's a bit of a
Yeah,
green
loose cannon.
kind of loose cannon.
Yeah.
But Patrick, if everybody remembers, Patrick Murphy's who we endorsed for Red to Blue back when he first ran for the House, and we made buttons for him and sent them to him in Florida. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. Kind of cool. Now he's running.
adorable.
So we should try to see if we have that artwork still, Rob. Some of those
Oh, I'm
Patrick
sure
Murphy-
it's in the computer.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We sent him, some buttons out there. And then Rosen brought up Nevada, and then Rob Portman in Ohio,
Oh, yeah, he's worried.
which is going to be
He's really distancing himself.
because be it the nature of a swing state.
And Michael has another person from
And the guy
Missouri.
from Illinois.
And Illinois is actually the number one.
We
Kirk.
really need that camera to videotape.
Kirk,
it.
and, what's a female running against him?
Oh,
Okay,
I'll censor
Illinois
it.
was
10
Kirk,
minutes of me.
I'll censor it.
Female, war.
Tammy Duckworth, oh,
Yeah.
my God, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
She's another person that was
Yeah,
on
wrist
the
and buttons,
Yeah.
that she
Where
went
did
to
the
the
buttons
house,
come from?
and we made buttons for her.
You made button.
We made buttons for Tammy too, so
Yeah.
there's two, Illinois and Florida, that
Are
we
you gonna be
made.
doing calls and stuff for these people?
Well, that's what we have to decide, which races.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
we can do it what they want us to do.
yeah, because I mean, we can make the buttons, and that's kind of our contribution to send out to them, and then, because that's essentially what we did last time. I tried with, in Arizona, who was running against, Flake.
Flake.
Oh, Jeff Flake.
And,
Yeah, Jeff
He's
Flake.
addicted himself.
but it was the sheriff,
That's
and he was
for
former, Surgeon General, of the United
It
States. and he was-
starts with a C.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but I contacted their campaign, spoke to the campaign manager, told them we were here,
Cardenas or something.
Must have
Cardenas.
yeah.
and they never got back to me. And I said,
Well, it's the
you
same
know,
with Brownlee. We wanted to support Brownlee
Oh,
in Ventura
yeah.
County, and our
Yeah.
campaign guy never got back to her. So,
And
okay.
did she win? She lost.
Yeah, she won. No,
She
she
won.
won.
But she's a
Candidates are a
keep
little
blow.
crazy. You gotta call 2 or 3
Yeah.
times.
No, I did, but the sheriff,
Something's falling
No,
apart.
it's very hard, it's very hard for people to get back because there's so much coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Did you get the
Yeah.
emails from her?
Really?
Well, yeah.
The other thing,
I
though,
think they must
sometimes,
go to all county committee members.
sometimes if it's your first time, because I contacted the Tammy Duckworth one, and they were just really suspicious of who the heck we were.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
there's that too. You get random people, you're like, I'm gonna do a background check on you.
yeah.
Well,
But
there's-
we
Might
had
be
somebody.
out.
Well, they should be, because
Well, there's the other
we
thing
could
is
be
that-
nuts.
One of the things that we have to be cognizant of is that most campaigns should, if they don't do it, they should be having union buttons. We were not offering union buttons. We do now because we get them printed. We were having Maria do it
Yeah.
because it was all free. But now we pay like $60 for 900 buttons. The art.
Awesome,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Nothing, 6 cents a button.
That's
So,
Smart is
yeah,
awesome.
it's better to do that and then, we're totally on board with the unions.
Because maybe, okay, with that said, possibly, okay, when we had, I don't remember, when we had supported Patrick Murphy and Tammy, like, did Tammy email us her artwork? Is that how we got it? Okay, so there need to be outreach.
Well, the thing is,
Well,
if
they
you do,
need to be outreach, because otherwise, what are you gonna do, just?
Well, you're not gonna print out-
Send them a box. and then
No, that's what I was-
suspicious about opening
No,
it.
no, but that's what I was thinking, send them like just 5 buttons, or whatever,
Well, you
a
could
page
do
is,
that, you
and
could.
saying, hey, we want to,
So if we already have
Well,
the buttons.
and that way they know we're not
designed,
some shady.
then
deal.
we'd be designing it for
Here's
them,
the
which
thing.
they.
Exactly.
might
What
not
I
have.
would suggest
Unless
we
we
do
pull it off the internet.
is we send them a couple of already made union buttons. Send them the artwork or use their artwork and say, we will have this at a union printer. Now, I don't want to spend not $60 to front spec for some candidate that says, it doesn't respond to you. That's
Well,
stupid.
here's what we've done, we help you out and contribute.
Well, of course, that just means maybe they're not organized, like.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, so why put money out and then, just, do a spec
We have
button?
to organize them.
Yeah, there you go, that's our job. Okay, anything else, Chris?
No, that's
All right. Okay, next we're gonna have Moby, we don't really have a report, but as I understand it, both presidential candidates are saying that the Citizens United needs to go, so, no
Is
matter what
that true?
happens.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I think one's a little stronger than the other, that's my personal opinion, but the point is that we'll know. I am qualifying everything I say for you, Lynn. No, it's to be fair, I mean, I don't
Well,
want
he
to,
was afraid of Donald Trump,
this is,
more so.
it's hard to do because, there, not other people in the club doing what I'm doing, at the level of this, it's hard to do. All right, so that being said, June 8th, we'll know, okay? And we'll work on that candidate and support and push on that agenda item, okay? I'm not speaking for Cindy, that's just, this club
What do
is
you mean,
all.
June 8th we'll know?
We'll know who the candidate is and
And the
we'll work with
nominees,
their
yeah.
platform,
There's gonna be no pledged.
What?
Neither Hillary nor Bernie is going to get the number of pledged delegates necessary.
That's, oh, I'm sorry, you're right, what am I talking about? I'm sorry, I meant, what do I mean? July 28th, we'll know July 28th. Yeah, not June 7th.
They won't know who's gonna be the nominee?
Correct.
They won't know,
So,
like,
basically.
That's the last day of the convention, that's when, actually it'll be the 27th, the nomination for president, 28th is the vice president. And we haven't seen the schedule yet, but that's what they've done.
You don't think that Hillary will have everything?
She won't have the pledged delegates.
Oh,
Her
the
super
pledge.
delegates will put her
They
over.
cannot vote
But
until
the
the
super
28th.
delegates
Oh,
are
so
not.
she has to have an pledged delegates.
Yes.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
so the point is that those of us going to convention, in the Democratic platform, we want to make sure we have a Moby flag. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so, tabling operations, again, I mentioned earlier, Maria and Carol have been doing First Fridays, they did the caucus, the Bernie caucus, as a non-par, voter rights only, okay? And then we'll do the same thing for the Pride Parade, because that'll be May 22nd, and we still won't know what's happening presidentially then, okay? Alright,
And you guys, what are you guys doing in Pride Parade?
Registering voters.
I mean, in the
The
actual
club.
parade?
the club is not in the parade,
Okay.
the burners in the club are the Bernie contingent.
Anybody that wants to walk with us will have a, you know.
What is your, I mean, oh, you don't know your number yet.
No, we never, we don't know. Yeah, I
I'm
think
trying to
that's,
get next to fire so we don't walk with fire.
I think that's a good option.
Who doesn't want to walk behind fire?
Yeah.
I certainly love it.
Walk in front of them if you fall down, they'll pick you up.
That is true, but the
There's
view is not as
No, it's not
good.
good. Anyway, so I think it's probably a good suggestion for those of you who are not working on the Bernie campaign. And I have heard that it's a rumor that Hillary's coming too.
There's Tell.
Yeah.
At
So-
the gay parade?
Yep.
Bernie and
Well, she
Hillary.
found out Bernie's coming and
Yeah.
she wants to be here too.
Wow.
All right, so this
Well,
could be,
People
Put 'em
don't
on
know
the
who's
same-
coming
as
and
Bernie
they-
and the
Can
other
we
guy.
put them on the
said,
same float?
Huge,
Are they gonna be in the left?
Oh,
One, 'cause I-
you mean with a flatbed
No.
truck with
Oh, I don't
boxer ring ropes?
But no, Los Angeles is after,
That was
No,
right, I
yeah.
know it's a different time, but.
no, but it's after the primary here.
Oh.
That's why Long Beach is so critical.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
told
only
you my
gay pride
oldest
that's.
granddaughter, her boyfriend's from
Yeah,
Paris.
it's after all the other primaries are important. We're like literally in.
So seriously, those of our club members, and maybe we should put that,
Well, no, 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 where you guys will be compared to us, and so I know some people.
No, I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that the burner people are gonna be committed to.
Right, but I'm saying if you guys are in front of us.
I'll run back and
Some
join you
people are
guys.
running back, like
Oh.
Porter is trying to get us in the back so that they can like run back.
Yeah,
and
hopefully,
join
because
us.
I'll do that if that's.
Oh,
the
that's a
case.
good point, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Bernie's there, it'll be up
Are
front.
you guys gonna have shirts, Janine?
How long is the parade? How far does it
I'm so cash strapped right now, like,
No, I
my
don't.
team is not even getting paid right
What's
now,
that?
like,
I
I'm
don't know.
not spending any money on swag, on,
No, it's more than that,
you know. It's hard because the general, you
Percent.
just,
yeah,
like, you turn around and you already have paid staff and you don't have any money, so.
Good, everybody.
yeah.
I'm
So,
like,
Little fundraisers.
poor Christian
we
Mills, no, we're not paying.
no more crying, we've already given you money.
So,
I
no
told them
t-shirts,
about
but
the-
we've got your buttons, you know, we've got,
Yeah,
you
we'll put
know.
the buttons
We
inside.
told them about the fundraiser on the 11th, which,
Oh, the 11th will be fun.
but you don't have me on as host yet, so we can do
You
that.
should be on there as
It
co-host.
wasn't on the last flyer, but that'll be
She's
the
new. I've got
And
a new
also,
person.
and also,
Yeah, put me as co-host.
Yeah, I asked her last week to put you guys both
All right,
together, so
perfect.
I will.
and, so we've asked everybody to try to come. to
It'll be
that.
fun.
Do we have a flyer yet for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Let me get my phone and just.
Well, it needs to be revised, it's not ready yet.
why?
We're
Well, it
not-
might be. I asked her last
Oh,
week to
maybe.
update it, but.
When? Last week?
Yeah.
So we'll go back. Okay,
I'll put it on my boss man's table. He's
so
gonna
table,
support
we
me
covered
now.
that. Any other committees I've mentioned, that need a report, we don't have, Bridget's not here, who else is it?
What about, bylaws, anything there?
No, bylaws, we're never touching them again. Not till the
Actually,
next
there-
report.
Well, we never changed the preamble to it, which is all about Obama.
Exactly, we're gonna have to change that.
Oh, you're
I was
right.
looking on the website
Yeah,
today. and-
not till after.
Well,
Yeah,
but,
the swearing
no,
in.
no, but I think your Hubert Humphrey Club still has him in the preamble too, so.
No, we've never,
You
never
never had
had
him
him in
there.
No.
Okay.
All right, what we can do is, we have until January.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not exactly critical to any
Yeah, it's all
I
operation.
don't think it'll
Yeah.
require a
Yeah.
2/3 vote. Okay, any old business? Any new business? Hearing none.
well, like, I'm old, officially turned 40 since I was
Oh.
16.
Happy birthday!
That is very old
Such a baby.
business.
Yeah,
Happy
right.
birthday!
You're getting my
You
daughter.
really have to put that
I can say
No.
He has a birthday that lasts a month. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have two things. right?
Yes,
Well, first of all, I'm still doing Prop 47, so anybody who wants to get involved with Prop 47, let me know. It's twice a month that A New Way of Life has a clinic, and once a month that the Interfaith Council has one. And I think there's an activity that's going to be planned for Long Beach City College PCC campus. They're looking at different ways to try to get more people in. So anyone who wants to ever volunteer, you can let me
you
know.
all know what Prop 47 is?
Oh, yeah, And the other thing is, congratulations, you have a grandchild.
Yes.
Oh,
He's 3 weeks old, I'll show you all pictures.
Oh, he's
I saw the
what's his
pictures
name?
online.
And no blackface.
What's his name?
No blackface.
Oh my
No makeup. He looks a little, he came out looking a little dark, but they
Well,
all.
that's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
natural.
No, but she's
No makeup.
what's his wife?
She is Palestinian and Serbian, but she's from Slovenia. She's very exotic. So I just saw my 3-week-old grandson.
What's his name?
Alexander the Great. No.
Alexander
John Rosen.
Oh, lovely.
But we call him Alexei.
Alexei. Oh, I love that. That's like a
That's his name in Slovenian, yeah.
the one that.
Diminutive. Yeah, don't go there.
You know, there's a
Oh,
corollary.
he's the one who was married to Dagmar too. That's Alexander the Third,
Oh.
another of Nicholas the Second.
Well, I'm calling myself a gay pa.
The gay pop.
The gay grandfather, I'm a gay pa.
Okay. Oh, you did tell me that.
Yeah,
It's
good, I'm happy with it, you know.
Is that what he's gonna call you, gay pa?
That'll be up to him.
It's kind of a corollary to 47. It's very nice Obama is now finally commuting and
Commuting more
Yes.
sentences,
Yeah.
yes.
people have
Oh,
served
yeah.
20 years in prison for a drug offense.
Yeah.
Non-violent.
Or life.
Or life.
Life,
Yeah.
Yeah, some of
Yeah.
those that he commuted were life
Yeah,
sentences
you're
for a
right.
nonviolent drug offense.
That's right. I saw
That's
an
a
interview
joke.
and
Well,
it said,
then you have people that.
who did you kill? Nobody. I was just,
Yeah.
Well, well know what the reasoning behind that
yeah,
was.
really.
So, anyway, I think we've got 2 candidates who will talk about, decriminalization of, social drug, hopefully. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn the board meeting. Okay, for Stuart, second? The motion dies for lack of second.
We don't want
You all
the same
stuck here all
person.
night.
We don't want the same person for every second.
We'll all be sitting here for a month, anyway. Okay, thanks all for coming. We are now adjourned and we can sit here and chit chat.